10-10 wins.
I think it's important to be better informed about what's going on around you.
They cover everything.
I like the way to present it.
10-10 wins.
At 92.3 FM.
WINS FM and HD1 New York.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
With Kyle McMorrow at the editor's desk, I'm Bridget Quinn.
All news, all the time. This is 10-10 Wins on 92.3 FM, New York.
Good afternoon, 70 degrees, overcast skies in Central Park at 3 o'clock. I'm Larry Mullins, and here's what's happening. On Long Island, we don't know what that baby went through, allegedly at the hands of 3 relatives, but their not guilty pleas weren't enough for other relatives as they were arraigned on charges of torturing the little girl to death. A big fight outside a Baytown courtroom today. We'll talk about it. All right, New York, you got until 9 tonight to get your vote in. If you haven't voted already for today's primaries, a lot of key races are in play and will shape how New York is repped in Washington come November. President Trump says he's attending the World Cup final out at MetLife. We'll also tell you about a new StubHub promotion that's giving away they're giving away free haircuts, World Cup haircuts, fashioned after the players themselves. Mohawks for everybody. And Yankees manager Aaron Boone on a podcast expressing his serious concerns about a player who had a lollipop in his mouth during a game. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. Critics say, would you rather it be a jar full of tobacco, sir? 10-10 Winds AccuWeather clearing and turning more comfortable tonight. Drop down to a low of 64 degrees. Winds News Time 3:01. Now let's get you where you need to go. Here's Russ Meyer.
We got mega backups on the Cross Bronx, the westbound side of the Cross Bronx Expressway crawling from the Brucker Interchange out to the George Washington Bridge. That trip will take you about an hour heading for the bridge. The other approaches to the bridge, well, here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Northbound side of the Deegan, right off the RFK Bridge, about 35 minutes up to the Cross Bronx. Southbound is about 25 to 30. The northbound side of the Harlem River Drive, again, around 25 minutes, but you should get right onto the bridge from Henry Hudson Parkway and from 168th Street in those local street approaches. How about the Lincoln Tunnel? Get right in, getting right out. That's going to be more difficult, about 20 minutes. The inbound side of the Holland Tunnel, you're looking good and heading up towards an outbound 30-minute delay. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big Three. Everything looking all right on the LI in the northern states. Southern states getting a bit heavy, though, eastbound. Exit 17 out towards around Meadowbrook Parkway. Russ Meyer, 10-10 Wins on 92.3 FM.
And our lead story this afternoon, they say this baby was in such bad shape they couldn't even open her little casket at the funeral, prompting the question, what in the world happened here? And that's what resulted in a big fight outside the courthouse today in Baytown. There's 3 women, all 3 of them related, charged with torturing a 7-year-old girl to death. Family and friends want to know, how could this happen? And nobody said a word. Sophia Hall.
You could feel the sadness and the anger in the courtroom as 3 generations of women face the judge, accused of causing 90 injuries and torturing 7-year-old Jordan Duncan until she died. Her godmother could not hold back the tears.
It was overwhelming, but I was just thinking about Jordan. We love her so much and we miss her, and we wish she was here.
And outside the courthouse, more emotion as fighting caused court officers to run and break it up.
I don't know what happened. All I know, I'm out here and they started acting silly.
Jordan is being remembered as a smiling, happy child. Sophia Hall, 10-10 Wins on 92.3 FM on Long Island.
All 3 women pleaded not guilty in court today. We will follow developments in this one, folks. We will keep you posted. New Yorkers hitting the polls today in primary elections all across the city. Many of them expected to be pretty close, too. Turnout's been low, though, so far. Under 180,000 people are early voting before the polls open at 6 a.m. today. And as of noon, about 260,000 people turned out, including the early vote numbers. We heard from Mayor Mamdani today on the importance of turning out.
I would say the goal is to move the Democratic Party towards the working person. And I think for far too long, working people have looked at the party and they've asked themselves, where am I in it?
Polls will stay open until 9 o'clock tonight. Well, with the World Cup well underway now, where today President Trump plans to be at the July 19th finale at MetLife. We got the update from FIFA president who made the appearance on Fox and Friends today.
We will be together with the president, enjoying the final and handing the trophy to the winner, of course, together.
Together you'll be doing it.
Of course, we are together all the time.
Bit of a departure from the last few tournaments. Infantino, the president there, presented the trophy alone in Russia 2018. and Qatar 2022. World Cup fever is here. StubHub wants you to get a free haircut to celebrate. Oh boy. The company's bringing its World Cup Cuts program to the city.
So they're calling it a World Cup cut. Best part, it's free. Celebrity barber Denny Moe's, Harlem's Cafe Mello, and StubHub collabing.
Barbers are very important. Haircuts are very important, and both are important to soccer, the World Cup.
Now that is Jessica Gonzalez, StubHub's head of consumer comms. She says you don't have to get an athlete-inspired cut for it to be free, but it'd be nice.
We're meeting the fans where they are. Like, we want them to show up, be comfortable.
Yeah, this teen Jayceon's taking full advantage.
This is like more different than what I usually get.
All thanks to his barber Key.
Come get right. I enjoy giving out to my community, so I love y'all guys. Thank you for pulling up.
Amanda Alexander, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM at Cafe Mello.
Come and get right. I wonder can they do anything with my hair, but whatever. As the World Cup continues, Cristiano Ronaldo just made history, becoming the first player to score in 6 different World Cup tournaments. Pulled it off earlier today when he scored in the 6th minute of Portugal's match against Uzbekistan. And the moment was extra sweet, too, because Ronaldo caught a lot of flack for failing to score in Portugal's 1-1 draw against Congo in the team's opener. After this year's tournament kicked off, though, Ronaldo and Argentina captain Lionel Messi became the only, I'm trying to be fancy, Lionel Messi became the only man in history to play in 6 World Cups. While Messi has scored a ton in this tournament so far, he failed to score in the 2010 South Africa World Cup, though Ronaldo stands alone in scoring a goal in each. Today's game was also the 230th of Ronaldo's international career, the most in history. And soccer fans can head to Chinatown tomorrow night for the start of a multi-day soccer palooza in Manhattan. It'll feature a free community watch party of the Brazil-Scotland match at 6 p.m. tomorrow with complimentary snacks and more. That's happening on 130 Madison Street, and then a few hours later, if you head over to Columbus Park, there'll be a screening of Shaolin Soccer Under the Stars. The Chinatown Soccer Palooza ends in a big open streets event Saturday featuring soccer activities, games, cultural performances, and more. Everything is free, but you might want to RSVP for the watch party tomorrow because those things can get pretty packed. 1010 winds after weather on this Tuesday. Periods of rain and drizzle through the rest of this afternoon. Tonight, perhaps a little lingering rain early across Long Island, otherwise clearing and turning more comfortable with a low of 63. And then we go over the hump Wednesday, mostly sunny and pleasant, warmer but less humid with a high of 81 degrees. Sounds like a gorgeous day. We're at overcast at 70 degrees right now, though, in Central Park. Well, controversy today surrounding a Brooklyn coffee shop after it accused pro-Israel Congressman Dan Goldman of supporting genocide. The Instagram post has since been deleted.
The post was shocking to see for Congressman Dan Goldman
because it was so diametrically opposite to the feeling I had when I was in there.
Which was that the barista at Poetica Coffee couldn't have been nicer, letting his daughter use the bathroom. He says he bought something and left her a tip. Then the post from Poetica saying, "Too bad we didn't recognize you right away, or we would have turned you away. Don't come back."
To hold American Jews responsible for what the Israeli government does is anti-Semitism.
The Department of Justice is investigating. Mac Rosenberg's 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
Yeah, the coffee shop appears to have deleted its Instagram account. We've reached out to them for comment. 5.5 years in prison. Excuse me. That's the sentence handed down today to 19-year-old Hiram Carrero. He admitted to setting a sleeping man on fire in the subway last December. Prosecutors say both men were on a train car at 34th Street Penn Station. Carrero picked up a piece of paper, they say, used it to set fire to the victim while he was asleep. Carrero then got off the train, stepped onto the platform as the doors closed, leaving the victim to burn inside as the train pulled off. At the next stop, Times Square, the man ran out of the train, engulfed in flames. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition with life-threatening injuries, but somehow he survived. Carrero pleaded guilty in March to arson. He was handed 66 months today.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Health Trends.
Skip the elevator and take the stairs. Research from the European Society of Cardiology shows climbing more than 5 flights of stairs daily, about 60 steps, is linked to a 24% reduction in all-cause mortality and a 39% reduction in cardiovascular disease death. This simple daily habit is a powerful way to protect the heart and extend life by lowering the risk of stroke and heart attack. I'm Margie Schaefer.
Coming up on 1010 Wins to the ballpark, and Aaron Boone, did it get on your lastest nerve?
Oh, yeah, at this off.
Oh, the Yankee skipper says he didn't like the optics of seeing his infielder, Jazz Chisholm Jr., standing there with a lollipop in his mouth during a game. He says it just doesn't look right. Somebody said Aaron Boone probably doesn't know how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop either, does he? What's his deal? We'll get the center of the story. See how I did that? After traffic and AccuWeather. I have a clever moment every now and then. Shut up, Kyle. Wednesday news time 3:11. Mr. Russ Meyer.
And there's a mighty long backup trying to get out of the city by way of the Cross Bronx. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. 1 hour. That's the trip from the westbound Cross Bronx to the Bruckner Interchange to the New Jersey side of the TWB. Now, if you go down the Bruckner and up the Deegan, only shave a little time off of that, unfortunately. Coming off the RFK Bridge up to the Cross Bronx, by the way, the Deegan's about 35 minutes. Coming southbound from Van Cortlandt Park down towards the bridge exits, that will be about 25 to 30 minutes. It's about the same for the northbound Harlem River Drive up to the GWB. Henry Hudson Parkway is about 15 minutes. Local streets in Manhattan should get you right there. A few minutes. Lincoln Tunnel looking pretty good going inbound, maybe 15. Outbound's about 20. Inbound Holland's about 15 to 20. Outbound's coming 30 minutes, starting to build from the Canal Street approach. Also long delays on the LIE east from the BQE out towards around Lakeville Road. Grand Central's going to get you from the LIE out towards around Lakeville Road. So take your pick in that instance. Russ Meyer, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
There is a rumor afoot that we are in for a gorgeous day tomorrow, but got to get there first. AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson now with this live report.
Yeah, Larry, got to get through a little bit more rain first, although the good news is, unlike yesterday when we had just some torrential downpours, so this is mostly just some steadier rain that's been moving through this afternoon. A lot of it has been on the lighter side. We'll continue to have some off and on rain and drizzle through the rest of this afternoon. That will tend to wind down as we get toward the evening hours, although it may linger a little longer into the evening across Long Island, but the sky will clear out. It will turn more comfortable tonight with 63. Again, fantastic weather tomorrow. Lots of sun, a warmer day with the sun returning, but the humidity will drop, a high of 81. Partly sunny and warm for Thursday. Could see a late-day thunderstorm in some northern and western suburbs, a high of 81. The humidity comes back up on Friday with more clouds, the potential for a couple of showers, perhaps a thunderstorm, with a high Friday around 82. Light rain and 70 degrees right now in Midtown, going down to 63 tonight. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station, 1010 wins on 92.3.
And folks, you're going to want to sit down for this one. It's ugly, it's hideous, it's just an abomination. Yankees manager Aaron Boone not too pleased to find out that for the second time this season, I can barely say it, infielder Chaz Chisholm Jr. spotted with a lollipop in his mouth during a game. No, he didn't.
Oh, yeah, that pissed me off.
In a recent episode of Talking Yank, Boone said he's already brought it up with Chisholm.
I didn't know about it until after the game. So he and I talked about that. That won't be going on.
It's a shame. Acting in a way not befitting an infielder with a lot. Anyway, host Jimmy O'Brien said, well, let's think about it. How far is that from tobacco? It's not insane, but it's still kind of shocking to see. And as our news continues here on 1010 Wins, dozens of museums and local arts groups getting a $50 million boost. And it's courtesy of the Manhattan Borough President's Office. Yeah, Brad Hallman Siegel's office announced today it's handing out grants to 55 cultural institutions and 28 schools with arts education programs ranging from $60,000 to $2 million. Hope he remembers the Larry Mullen School of Arts. Godly. Anyway, that includes the Metropolitan Opera, LaGuardia High, Juilliard, the Center for Jewish History. Hallman Siegel telling the Times his decision was partly inspired by President Trump's threats to cut federal funding for the arts. New report shows despite some tough financial times, philanthropy alive and well here in the States.
In a year marked by economic uncertainty, donations to charities were actually up in 2025. Giving USA's annual report says donors gave U.S. charities $617 billion last year, a 3% inflation-adjusted increase over the previous year. Giving increased across the board. Corporations, living individuals, bequests, and foundations all gave more.
That's correspondent Cherie Preston. Tom Cruise celebrating 46 years in the biz, posting a retrospective video on social media highlighting some of his iconic roles.
I feel the need for speed.
I assume I need no introduction.
Yeah, we've got Top Gun, we've got Edge of Tomorrow, we've got Rain Man. Rain Man was great. Of course, Jerry Maguire. You name it. It was all great for me. I love A Few Good Men with Demi Moore. One of my favorite. And then the clip ends with a sneak peek at Cruise's next film. It's called Digger. And that might be one of his greatest transformations. Beer belly, thick southern accent, thinning white hair and all. He looks like me? What? Anyway, Cruise takes on the role of oil baron Digger Rockwell, whose company may have set off an ecological disaster that could also spark a nuclear war. Interesting. The full trailer will be released on July the 13th. The film hits theaters in October. And a top auto regulator has opened a special probe after a Tesla slammed into his Texas home, killing a 76-year-old.
The NTSB investigating after a Tesla using an automated driving feature slammed into a Texas home at a high speed and killed a 76-year-old woman standing inside. The Tesla Model 3 crash is a significant probe since it involves technology that Elon Musk considers key to the company's future. He's rolling out robo-taxis using automated software in several U.S. cities this year. A top Tesla official posted on X that the driver overrode the automated system by pressing the accelerator down all the way, reaching a speed of 73 miles per hour during the crash. I'm Julie Walker.
And your headlines are next.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
70 and overcast at 3:20. I'm Larry Mullins.